Hello everyone. So we are in the fourth session of biology bridge course. So in the first session, as you know, we have completed a small description or introduction about the cell, and in the second session we studied about the classification based on the RH-Whitaker classification, and in the third session, it means yesterday's session, we studied about the plant kingdom. 5 major groups comes under plant kingdom that we have completed in the yesterday's session. Today, as per the rule, I must say that we are about to study the animal kingdom. The animal kingdom, no doubt. In this kingdom, all the animals, millions of animals comes under this kingdom. You can see around you, you find number of animals. Based on what category, based on what nature, we can classify those organisms, those animals. A detailed account on that description, we are learning the classification of animal kingdom. Yes, no doubt. The first thing I must say here, the animal kingdom basically it has classified into 2 groups. One is, let me write that, one is Nonchordates and chordates. What is nonchordates and what is chordates? Nonchordates, the name itself saying nonchordates, the animals without notochords or notochords, in simple form, without backbone. Those animals are comes under this group. The group name is nonchordates, the animals with notochord, the animals with backbone, and those has been classified under this group. So we have not only on the soil surface, the number of animals are present underwater. Number of animals means don't go for only animals, just go for species. So number of species are present under soil, underwater, and a number of animals are flying in the sky. So how to classify all these? So as I told you, basically based on the present and absence of notochord, we have 2 groups, nonchordates and chordates. But only having only one category, one feature, we cannot differentiate the animals into 2. We have number of features. Based on all those, we are going to see how the animals around us, how the animals has been categorized. So with this, I'd like to give a small systematic position of human being, because it is important to know the systematic position of human being. So just think here, human, it means we people. How it has been classified, the human beings, on what basis, what is the systematic position of human. So let us study, only it has a very small description by telling that systematic position. Coming back to this broad vast categories, that is nonchordates and chordates. So human beings, let me write the systematic position first. The first one is kingdom, and then phylum. Kingdom, after that kingdom, phylum, and then class, order, and then family, then genus, species. So this is the systematic position of species. Not only animals, not only plants, all the microorganisms, all the living, not only microorganisms, all the living organisms has its own position, a systematic position. So if you are interested to write the Escherichia coli bacterial systematic position, yes, no doubt that too has its own systematic position. So we are going to write the systematic position of human. The humans comes under kingdom Animalia. It means kingdom, I should write here the animals. What is a basic feature, a basic differentiation between plants and animals? Can you answer my question? The basic differentiation between plants and animals is, if we look at the plant and if we look at the animal, the plants are immovable and the animals are movable. So that is the only one distinguishing feature we can give. Being a science students, you should not like that a lot of difference are present in between plants and animal based on the cell wall, based on the mode of nutrition. A lot of differences are present, but only I have taken only one small difference. Here kingdom animal, so these are the animals or these are the species. They are going to move by means of its own. They can locate, they can motile from one place to other place. And then coming to the phylum, so all those species comes under the kingdom animals. And then going to phylum, if we are going to write the phylum of human, the phylum is Chordata. The same thing I have written here, chordates or chordata. Chordata, it literally means presence of notochord, presence of backbone. The animals with backbone, the animals with backbone comes under this phylum Chordata. Now coming to the class, the class is mammals or mammalia. The group of chordata having the fur, hair, and mammary gland. So those chordata members fall in this systematic position. It means the class mammalian species will be having hair on their body and they'll be feeding their young ones with the mammary gland. So and the next, so those are the characteristic feature of class Mammalia. And then coming to the order, order is primates. So how to define the order primate? The order primate, these are the group of mammal. So here a group of mammal having a collarbones and grasping fingers. It have a collar bone and grasping fingers. Collar bones, in sense, these are the collar bones. All the mammalians having this feature fall under the order primates. Now, what about family? Family is Hominidae. The Hominidae family, the group of primates with flat face, and if they have a three-dimensional vision. If the primates are having a flat face and three-dimensional vision, all those primate organisms fall under the family Hominidae. Okay, and now coming to the genus. Genus is Homo. So the genus Homo, it refers to Hominidae with upright posture and long, let me write that, with upright posture, not portion, upright posture. Like we are not used to bend like that. We used to stand. We have a strength. We have a straight posture, right? So all those animals comes and fall under the genus Homo. The Hominidae species or the Hominidae organisms with upright portion and large brain comes under the genus Homo, and the species is Sapiens. Sapiens. So, what is Sapiens? Here, with height, forehead, and a small skull bones, having I didn't told you the Hominidae characteristic feature, right? Flat face and three-dimensional vision. Three-dimensional vision means we can weave our vision in a three-way. Here, here and here. So because of that we fall under this family Hominidae, and genus is Homo and species is Sapiens. Sapiens are the organisms with high forehead and with a small miniature skull bones. So these are all the features of what? Human beings. Because of these features, they fall under the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammals, order Primates, family Hominidae, genus Homo and species Sapiens. How do we write the scientific name for human? Homo sapiens. Alright, so if you have noticed this, I have underlined these words, right? Because while writing the scientific name, if you are writing the scientific name, you must underline the genus and species name. So this is known as genus and this is known as species. Yes, in the class 11, the first chapter itself, you are going to study the rules and regulations of writing the scientific name. Okay, so with this we'll start with the phylum comes under Nonchordata and Chordata. So Nonchordata, it consists of phylum, the very first phylum, Porifera. Just write here phylum. Okay, these are the two classes and phylum is Porifera. Porifera members are also known as sponges. They are marine form. They usually found in the marine water, and the body is cellular level of organization. The body in sense in the phylum Porifera, the species, they will not be having the kidney or heart or brain like that. They only have the cells which is loosely arranged through the cell digestion, absorption, excretion, all the phenomena occurs. Like they'll be like this. Okay, so sponges, and they'll be submerged under the water. They stick on to the substratum. All right, so the non-chordate, the first phylum, as we are learning here, Porifera, phylum Porifera, the organisms or the species present in this phylum Porifera, they reproduce by means of asexual and sexual. The asexual mode of reproduction, but if the body it get cut and separate, that body have the regeneration capacity. It can reproduce into new organism or new body, and the organism is hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means both the male and female gamete produces inside the body. If we take an example of human being, of ourselves, we have a clear-cut distinguishing feature of male and female. Okay, so we are not hermaphrodite. We cannot synthesize the male gametes and female gamete in our body. A female can synthesis only in female gamete, that is egg. A male body, male human being can synthesize only sperm. It is not like that. The body is hermaphrodite. Okay, so the next is phylum Sealanterata. Phylum Sealanterata, the common name for phylum Sealanterata is Cnidaria. It means it is also known as Cnidaria. The species of phylum Sealanterata, the members which comes under phylum Sealanterata is corals, Penatula, Physalia. So you might have heard all these organisms or not. Let me tell you, these are also the marine forms, and the level of organization is tissue level of organization. Here I took one name like a cellular level of organization. Here in this phylum, the organisms are made of tissues. Tissues are nothing but group of cells are known as tissues. Through the tissues all the mechanism takes place. Let me tell you of a special feature of corals. The corals are made of calcium carbonate. Yes, my dear students, the corals are having, these are the organisms having a special feature, like these are made of the calcium carbonate. And the sealant, these are freely swimming. Some of them will be freely swimming, and some of them will be attached to any substratum, and they complete their life cycle by sticking to one place itself. And if we keep on going with some special features, some special salient features, let me tell you, these are radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical in sense, what does it mean? Here let me tell you, phylum Porifera, this is asymmetrical organism. Asymmetrical means what? Radially symmetrical means what? Consider this is one organism. If we want to take two equal halves of this organism, so taking two equal halves of any organism is known as symmetry. If the organism is unable to get into two equal halves, it means any plane passing through the central axis of that organism, it is not making the organism into two halves. That condition is known as asymmetry. But here, phylum Coelenterata organisms are radially symmetrical. If you take any plane through the central axis of this organism, it divides into two equal halves. So that feature or that mechanism is known as radially symmetrical. And the body is diploblastic. Diploblastic in sense, the name itself saying di. Di means two. Blastic means layers. Having two layers. Two layers in sense, when the organism at the embryonic stage, in that stage, if it have only two layers, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm, that is considered as diploblastic. What about the triploblastic? If the organisms are having three layers at the embryonic stage, those organisms are known as triploblastic. But here, phylum Coelenterata organisms are diploblastic. And the next phylum is only a small description we are learning here. Phylum Tinophora. Right. So, phylum Tinophora, commonly known as, I forgot to mention the reproduction. They reproduce by means of sexual and asexual. Okay. Now, phylum Tinophora, also known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. So, the comb jellies or sea walnuts, they have a unique feature. Unique feature in sense, for example, Tinophora, the pleurobrachia and Tinoplana, few examples I am giving here. It got a special unique feature, like it emits light. Where what is the habitat of these phylumtinophora? They also present, unlike Coelenterata, these are also marine forms. So they are freely swimming organisms having a comb like a long flagellas. That's why the phylum name Tinophora, or also it is known as comb jellies. And the pleurobrachia, as I told you, it got a unique feature. It emits light. That feature is known as, or it literally called as bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. So this is the property of phylumtinophora. The group of organisms emits light through the body. That's why they got a unique feature known as bioluminescence property. And the body is radially symmetrical and diploblastic, and they are tissue level of organization. Radially symmetrical, diploblastic, and tissue level of organization. Right, we have completed 3 phylums. Okay, and only you are going to study these phylums again in the class 11, but only for the small introduction of animals I'm describing all these. The next is phylum platyhelminthus. The phylum platyhelminthus, flatworms. These flatworms are endoparasites. It means they are not going to live. The habitat is not the marine water and all. They are available, or the habitat of this platyhelminthus is these are present in the digestive system of cattle, including human beings. Yes, my dear students, human being digestive system like intestine, the platyhelminthus phylum organisms are going to occur. Example is flatworm or tapeworm. You might have seen the tapeworms in your lower classes. The tapeworm, it is a tape like structure, like the body is long and having segments, and the anterior part consists of 2 types of suckers. One is here at the anterior part, it got hook so that it can hold the wall of the digestive system, and it can easily suck the nutritious products, and also the whole body, it can able to suck the nutritious from the digestive system of cattle or the human beings. So that's why it is known as endoparasite. Okay, and let me tell you one more thing. If the fragment it get separated from the body, that fragment, cut part, having the regeneration capacity, it can regenerate into one new tapeworm body. Right. So next is the body is or the other features are, these are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical means only one plane which is passing through the central axis of the organism can take part into two equal halves. So that feature is known as bilaterally symmetrical. And these are triploblastic with organ level of organization. Triploblastic in sense having three layers: outer ectoderm, inner endoderm, middle mesoderm at embryonic stage, embryonic level. And it got organ level of organization. Organ level of organization means together the tissues forms an organ. Through that organ it can perform different function like digestive system, excretory system, circulatory system. Like that it can perform the different function having organs in it. The next is after the phylum platyhelminthus, one more phylum we got here, and the name of the phylum is helminthus. The body of the organisms are round, that's why, or cylindrical, that's why the organisms or the phylum helminthus also known as roundworm. Okay, so next is the body. As we described in the previous phylums, the phylum helminthus organisms are, they are bilaterally symmetrical organ system of organization. It have bilaterally symmetrical organ system level of organization. With this, I'd like to mention one more character here based on the habitat. They are terrestrial form or aquatic. It means some of the members are found in the water and some of them found in the terrestrial. Not only these, but also the group of organisms have the they are parasites. Some of them live in the host cell, or some of them will be a free living. So this is the unique feature of helminthus. And male and female organisms are separate. Roundworms, you might have seen roundworms. Male and female ascaris are differ. The sexes are separate. In simple form, if we tell the sexes are separate, the example for this is ascaris and Vaucheraria. So these are all the description of phylum helminthus. Okay, we have completed for 5 phylums today. So in the next session I'll complete another 4 phylums comes under non-chordata, and 4 more phylums comes under chordata, because it's a vast kingdom. Unlike the plant kingdom, we cannot differentiate the animals in one shot. So have divided this animal kingdom into 2 parts. So today I have explained about all this, and in the next session I'll explain the next half. Thank you.